just migrate down this way? Like, what was something you just like? I just need to get away from Mississippi.
Yeah, man. First it was the military, but I always knew I was gonna live in Atlanta. There was something about what went on Sunday when the Saints would play Atlanta.
Right.
Falcons, man, and seeing that skyline.
Right.
Shoot, man, and my brother reminded me, man, that hey, man, you know what? Man, when we were young, you talked about living in that skyline, man. Right. And at the time, I was living in Buckhead.
Okay.
So I was able to look out my window and see the skyline and all of that stuff. He said, man, that's where we at. How crazy is that?
Oh, man, it gave me chills, man.
Yeah. But the MacTown always showed me love, man, because I was stationed right down the street in Warner Robins, man. And it's, shoot, man, a lot of folks, man, don't know that's out there that don't live in Macon, that this is the first Motown.
It's
MacTown. Yeah. So I learned that, and I'm like, man, let me be close to that.
Gotcha.
See what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put him on the spot.
Put him on the spot.
I want to see you speak just a couple of lines of poetry real quick. Anything. I don't care what it is.
Anything. Let me see.
Let's get it.
Let's see. It's Women's History Month, so let's do this.
All right now.
Let's talk.
Smart man. Mm-hmm.
She obeys my every command. With instrument in hand and plan in mind as I stroke her from the front, side, and behind. Sometimes, not even being able to sleep. You see, that's just how deep it is. For me, I am forever infatuated and eternally elated to have known her for so long, yet the loving is so strong, it's as if we met yesterday. See, my insides burn with a passion for us. I can't stand to be away. She's living proof that blessings do exist because I see her every day.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's just a little piece. Just a little piece.
I'm glad he married. You ain't God. You'll take everybody.
Boy, I would like that, boy. Something they ain't never heard before. They be like, ooh, we gotta be hot.
We need some R&B lyrics like that.
Wow.
Nah.
Oh, you gonna have that right there, though.
Yeah.
R&B lyrics, I don't know what they be talking about.
I gotta go step my game up now.
They gotta step it up, man. Hey.
Super. Nowadays, they get right to it, man.
They get right to it.
Ain't no finesse, ain't none of that.
I agree.
Hey, man, turn around, back that up, drop that. Hey, they not caressing nothing.
You right.
They get
right to it.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, let me just slide right into it.
Right.
So let me ask you, how did we get away from that then? How do you think we got away from that?
Man, you know what? To tell the truth, man, it was my generation that failed some of our youngsters, man.
Okay.
Because, when I was coming up, man, crack and all that stuff was hitting hard.
Right.
So that was a disconnect in the family on that end.
Bad.
Yeah. So we dropped the ball, but we can get it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can.
No doubt. We just fumbled. All we got to do is drop, pick it right back up, and run with it. That's it.
I'm waiting to hear how we're gonna do this.
Hey, well, it's
give them some pointers.
Just getting with the youngsters, man. And I work with a lot of youth, man. Some of them ex-gang members, and some of them are right on that line.
Right.
But all it is young boys that need guidance.
Right.
That's it.
Because I've been there. So just like I explained to a lot of the OGs and the old heads, like you can't run up on the cat that ain't had no daddy and try to son him.
Right, true.
Okay.
So,
you got to show them love first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? So when you show them love, they're going to receive you different. Then it's like, okay,
that makes sense.
shoot, now the ears open up to the OGs. You know what I mean?
Gotcha,
So there's a way to go about it.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yeah.
I can respect that.
Okay. So you also a relationship coach, right?
No doubt. Doubt.
Oh, yeah. Let's get there.
Yeah, we gonna get to you on that right now.
Let's jump into it. I got a relationship questions.
I got one.
Yeah, she ready.
Shoot, let's do it. That's what we do.
Do you believe in open relationships?
Absolutely. I believe in anything that works for the couple.
Okay.
I like that.
Right?
That's a good one.
Yeah, man. Any type of relationship can work as long as you're open and honest. Right? So that's the key. Mm-hmm. So if you give your mate a chance to have a choice in the matter,
right?
Most times women gonna go with it, men gonna go with it. Right. It's just being open and honest. Right. So anything works.
So it's really not. Everybody want to say the Bible this and the Bible that. Really, your relationship is based on what you and your mate.
Absolutely. Yeah. See. I like to put it like this. Now, there are principles that make every relationship work.
Okay.
But you are the architect of your specific relationship. You and your man, you and your woman, whatever. Right. But you gotta have those principles. So that's what that book that I wrote is all about. It's principle heavy.
Gotcha.
And it's what me and my wife use to have an awesome relationship.
What made you decide to become a relationship coach? You know what I'm saying? What made you just say, you know what? I want to sit down and just talk to people about relationships. What made you just get into that?
Yeah, I said, man, you know what, man? If I can get myself together after having a failed marriage and after having a failed engagement,
right.
I said, man, that's something I ain't doing right.
Right.
So let me be honest with myself first.
Right.
Hello.
And looking in the mirror, I started to see my flaws and really getting into it. And I'm like, okay, well, let me come to the conclusion. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing with this thing. So let me go see how people get it right.
Right.
So, man, I did the research. Took me 15 years. And now, me and my wife, we designed a beautiful relationship based on that.
Right.
So we can have all the theories in the world, but if we don't put them things into play,
ain't gonna happen.
We don't know what we got.
Right. Respect that.
Okay.
Question: Do you think you can come back from cheating?
Oh yeah. I've seen it. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah, it's
you
real
think it's
tough.
tougher for a woman or a man?
Yeah. Well, now I've seen it be tougher for men.
Right.
Cause we physical creatures. We primal. That testosterone is something else. It's like a drug.
Right.
So just like them pills. It's just like that dope.
Right.
So it's rough. So after we get in our head that some other dude that touched our woman and stuff like that, that's something to overcome.
Right.
Now I have seen it be overcome because I worked with some couples that had that. It was the woman that actually cheated. Right. And I had to talk to dude on the leg. No, I'm going to see somebody. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, man. See, you go to prison, then what about your children? Like, what about all that?
That's true.
You know what I mean? So we got to think about it. But it's rough. So we're gonna have to rebuild trust from the ground floor, and that's most people, they end up quitting before they get to it. But I've seen it work. Like, you just got to dedicate yourself in another way.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, speaking on the kids part, do you think people should stay together for kids?
Good question.
That's a great question.
Yeah, that's a real good.
That's a great question.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I agree.
But what I do know is this: we have to know exactly what we're getting into before we bring the children into it.
True.
So that doesn't often happen, and that's tough to do.
That's true.
But you have to think, my actions are going to determine the actions of my seed.